Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Qasim Zia, and I think I am very lucky to be an Aitchison, former Aitchisonian. I was in Aitchison from 1967 to 79. I did my A levels and then did my FSc from Aitchison, and I'm very proud to be an Aitchisonian. As I think back, I think I still remember the day when I, for the first time, went for my interviews in Aitchison. That was in 1967. And I still have my friends from that day. We've been friends for long now, you see. And we all meet, our families meet. And I think the bonding we have is, we cherish that actually today. That was I went to junior school in 1967 in K1 and till 71 I was in junior school. Then from 72 to 78 I was in prep school. I was, I think, one of the few lucky ones who was the senior prefect of the prep school Iqbal House. And then I was also the senior prefect of the Jubilee House in the senior school. And I also had the honor of leading Founders Day Parade for Aitchison College in 79. And I was the lucky one to win the General Muriad Gold Medal for the Best Sportsman of the Year 1978. And I think Aitchison made me captain for hockey and football of the college team in 78. And gave me the full college blazer, which is the highest honor for sportsmen in Aitchison. So I think my journey in Aitchison has been very nice, academically and sports-wise. And I think Aitchison made my base to be a national hockey player because there were sports facilities in Aitchison. I think in the start, it's a daily routine. I was a day boarder to start with from K1. We used to stay back after classes and then the games were compulsory. So I still remember in the afternoons in summers, in the main hall of the junior school, we had our beds and it's a compulsory rest in the afternoon for an hour and so. So we had our meals there. I still remember my teachers. Miss Gore in those days was our headmistress for junior school. Then there was Mrs. Bukhari, who was our senior teacher there, and Mrs. Roy. So there were many, many teachers, Mrs. Abed and Mrs. Hafiz. I was in touch with all of them 20 years back, till 20 years back. But then I think I got busy with politics and I didn't have much time. But whenever I used to go to Aitchison, I used to meet them. So the daily routine was, I think, very nice. We had Aitchison groomed us to be good human beings. That is the most important thing I think the Aitchison does. Normal day was going to the assembly, gathering for the assembly, and then going to the classes, and then in the evening games, and that was normal. But for me, when I was in senior school, Mr. Hanif used to tell me to come early because there was early morning sports for boarding boys. They had PT, they had different games. So he especially used to call me in early morning, 2 hours before school timing. If the 7 is a school, I used to go at 5. I used to train with them and we used to play hockey and train hockey for the college team. And then I took my clothes with me for the school. So Calais House, my class fellows, I used to go to their room, change there, have breakfast with them and then go to assembly. So I think that was something extraordinary which I used to do because of the hockey, because we were training for different matches, for board matches, for inter-college matches. So that was our extra camp, as you could say, for hockey. I think being a Grand Slam winner, which is the day we won Olympics. That day, we were holding the 4 top titles of Asia and world. That day, we were Asian champions, Asia Cup champions, World Cup champions, and Olympic champions. The day we won Olympics gold. So that day I was holding all the 4 titles with me. That's a great slam, and I think that's kind. God has been very kind to me that I was a part of that team which won all of this. I think the most memorable thing was one that when I was when the full coil blazer announcement was done at an assembly, which I never expected. And second was the day I was given the Jana Humriyat Gold Medal for the best sportsman. I think with education, your horizon broadens, your thinking sharpens, and you know your priorities. I think education gives you a lot. Education also gives you how to strategize, whether it is hockey, whether it is your career. So I think education is very important, and education tells you wrongs and rights of life. I think Aitchison College should be proud that the '84 winning Olympic team had 3 Aitchisonians in their team. And I think in a team, we are a team. We're different from different backgrounds all, but we've worked as a team, we played as a team, and I think we gelled with them very nicely. I think Aitchison had groomed us to be friendly to everybody, to respect everybody, and I think that is what we learned in Aitchison. No, there was always diversity. There were boys from all over Pakistan, and I think Pakistan had a great talent then. Let me tell you that whenever we were in the camp, the national team was split into 2 parts. The playing 11 was split into 2 parts. Fullback and goalkeeper was on one side, on the white side, and the forward and half line was the other side. And every day whites used to win the national team. So you see, that competition was so tough that the number 1 and number 2 boys in those times were equal. And there was a tough competition of getting into hockey team in those days, rather getting into hockey camp. In those days, hockey, it was fun, I believe, and it was also bonding. We used to stay 8 boys in a room, and we used to have fun. We used to play. We used to play cards together. We used to go out for lunches and dinners together. So that was fun. I think that was bonding. That was good. I don't know whether I would have been a hockey player or not, because I would have not got a chance to play. It is Aitchison which taught me, which the very first day in K1, they, the new block of junior school now today, where it stands, was our hockey field. So we used to play hockey there. For the first day when we went to school, every day we used to play different games. We were given hockey sticks. There were coaches the coach of the junior school then was also a national player. So he taught us how to hold hockey, because hockey is a difficult game. You have to teach youngsters how to hold it, and how to dribble, and how to play. So that is where we learned and held the hockey stick at the age of 5. Let me tell you something. I was so passionate about hockey that I've got photographs. My 7th birthday has a hockey field on the cake. I've got that photograph. You'll be surprised to know that I retired when I was not even 26.
That's a yearly.
So, I was lucky to be a part of the team at the age of 19 and a half. So I won the World Cup at the age of 20. At the age of 21, I won Asia Cup and Asian Games. And at the age of 23, I won Olympics. So I had accomplished everything. So when I was not even 26, at that time I retired. Because selectors in those days told me that they might not select me as a regular player, as a reserve player, because there was some politics also going on those days. So I told them that if you think you got better players than me, then they should play for Pakistan, I should go home. And that is my only interview I gave to TV while retirement, that I think Pakistan has found 2 better players than me, so they should play for Pakistan, I should go home. And I gave them good luck and came home. Yes, a lot of people said that, and still till today they tell me. And you know what do I tell them? I said, people usually ask you, why did you leave hockey? Thanks God they didn't say, thank you, you left hockey. Yes, I came back home. I was playing for PIA in those days. PIA had recruited me, but I left PIA, came back home, started my own business, and then in '92 I joined politics. I joined People's Party. That is, in those days they were in opposition. And till date I'm with the party. And the party also gave me a lot of recognition. I was member Provincial Assembly twice. I was leader of opposition here in Punjab. I was the Pakistan People's Party's youngest president for Punjab for 6 years. So party has given me a lot of respect and honor. I'm still a CEC member of the Pakistan People's Party. I think these days I must give credit to the last principal, Michael Thompson. He really improved a lot of sports facilities and education in Aitchison. And he really actually brought back Aitchison after a long time, which was lacking. And I hope the new principal who's come in now, I've heard he's an old Aitchisonian. I hope he knows the norms and the values of being in Aitchison and being the principal of Aitchison. And I wish him luck, and I wish him, and I think he should bring back all the traditions of the sports and education which we used to have. I think Aitchison teaches you to become a part of community. And I think in our days and still today, Aitchison gives the best thing, which I always tell people Aitchison gives us, is friends all over Pakistan. That gives you an edge while you are in your practical life, that you have friends in every nook and corner of Pakistan, whether it is Sindh, whether it is Balochistan, whether it is KP. So my friends from all over these places are still in touch. And I think Aitchison today, in self as an institution, I think, and the good thing about Aitchison is that all the juniors respect their seniors. Wherever they meet them, we call them sir. So that's a tradition which Aitchison gives us, and it's a bonding between an Aitchisonian. So many Aitchisonians meet me today who've come many years later than me, but still they feel proud, and I feel proud that they're Aitchisonians. And when we meet, so we have something to connect, I believe. I think that's a great event. Still today, we can go to Founders Day, meet youngsters, see. We could see ourselves many years back how they run on the field. You see, it reminds you of your memories of Aitchison. And it's a day which refreshes you that this is where we belong and this is where we've come from. I think I would love to speak on grooming by Aitchison. How does Aitchison plays a vital role in your practical and your life? That when you leave Aitchison, how does it play? And the way, I think the best thing Aitchison teaches you is sportsman spirit. If you have a sportsman spirit, then you never fail in life. Because failures will come, achievements will come. But you have to take failures with grace and achievements with much more pleasure. I think that's what Aitchison teaches you. Because you have competitive exams, you have competitive matches in different sports. So that teaches you how to win or lose in your life. So I think that's very important. And I think the best thing of my Aitchison is the motto of Aitchison: perseverance commands success. So that is, if you get that and put it in yourself and actually start believing that, so that is the essence of life, I must tell you. Because in my opinion, nothing beats perseverance. There'll be difficulties, there'll be anything, but you are persevering and doing, trying and trying and trying, you'll get the reward, I believe. There are many multiple factors for that. I think Aitchison got a good facilities, but they've got more students now. They've got less space. In our times, every student every day had to play games, different games. But I think now the students are more and fields are lesser. So one is that. Secondly, for the last, I think 15 to 20 years now, there's been, जैसे कहते हैं ना, एक लहर थी दहशतगर्दी की हमारे मुल्क में. और हमने अपने बच्चों को फील्ड्स में नहीं जाने दिया, हमने बच्चों को घरों के अंदर बंद कर दिया, तो वो मैदान भी नहीं सजाए। सेकेंडली, स्कूल्स में जहाँ बड़े बड़े स्कूल्स थे पहले, वहाँ पे ग्राउंडें थी, हर चीज़ थी, स्पोर्ट्स एक्टिविटी स्कूल्स में ख़त्म हो गई। सो व्हेन यू डोंट हैव अ नर्सरी, हाउ कैन यू से कि जी हम अच्छी टीम्स प्रोड्यूस कर लेंगे। एट अ टाइम्स आई रिमेंबर हर स्कूल के बच्चे शाम को हर फील्ड में, गलियों में, सड़कों में खेल रहे होते थे। अभी आपको कहाँ नज़र आते हैं? सो आई थिंक वो जो एक हमारे मुल्क में दहशतगर्दी की लहर आई 15-20 साल, वो माँ बाप ने डर के, और तीसरा फिर ये जो मोबाइल हाथ में आ गया बच्चों के और वीडियो गेम्स आ गई, तो आउटडोर एक्टिविटी ख़त्म हो गई। आई स्टिल रिमेंबर हमारे बचपन में हम कभी सारी ज़िंदगी घर ही नहीं बैठे। वे यू सिटिंग हेयर, ये इस वक्त तो इतने घर नहीं थे, तो हम दोस्तों ने मिल के यहाँ पे फील्ड बनाई हुई थी, यहाँ वहाँ क्रिकेट भी खेलते थे, हॉकी भी खेलते थे, फुटबॉल भी खेलते थे। गर्मियों में कुछ नहीं मिलता था तो बंटे खेलते थे दोपहर में घर नहीं बैठते थे, बाहर निकलते थे। सो अब आउटडोर एक्टिविटीज़ ख़त्म हो गई हैं बच्चों की। आई हैव नेवर बीन अ बोर्डर, बट आई हैव many friends who are boarders, and I think उनकी जो बॉन्डिंग होती है आपस में, when they stay there together, they pray there together, they eat there together, I think that's a great thing. And then I've been going to, as I told you early morning, I used to go and have breakfast with them. So there's a very good feeling that everybody is sitting, having their breakfast, meeting each other, गप शप, छेड़छाड़, हंसी मजाक। So वो मैं कहता हूँ एक बड़ी बॉन्डिंग हो जाती है। तो मेरे तो अभी भी मेरे तो बहुत सारे बोर्डर्स दोस्त हैं जिनसे आज भी मेरी दोस्ती है। कुछ कराची में हैं, कुछ कहीं हैं, कोई कहीं है। बट नो, आई थिंक इट्स हिस्टोरिकल significance of Aitchison is that it's an institution which has produced many great politicians, countrymen, sportsmen, and big businessmen. I think there's a lot of contribution of Aitchison in Pakistan in all fields of life, starting from economy to sports. I think sports also has become a profession now. So at a certain age, one has to now decide whether he wants to be a sportsman, which field he has to adapt, and then he has to excel and work for that. I think that is more important. The priority of life, what one wants to do, is important at an early stage of his life, so that he can set his goals and work for that. Being an Aitchisonian, I feel very proud. And for me, I think Pakistan is very small, being in Aitchison. And as I early told you that I've got friends all over, and that is what Aitchison has given me. In my practical life, sitting in Lahore, I feel I am present everywhere of Pakistan, every nook and corner of Pakistan. I have any problem, I've got friends all over Pakistan. So that's what Aitchison has given me. It is not only national athletes. Anything they want to do, I think I must tell them, do your best and leave the rest to God. That's the best thing to do. You should not regret that you've not done your best. Do your best and then leave the rest to God. So I think that's the message I would give my boys.